So the NFL season is just a few days away. Now this is not my week 1 picks, that'll be later this week. What this is just a few thoughts that I've had for each NFL team. It includes goals, keys, or really what a successful season would be for each NFL team. And there's no organization on this except for how I'm going to do these teams. I'm going to do it by division like I always do. And we're just going to start with the AFC East and the Buffalo Bills. It's about as simple as this. You have been building a championship caliber team for the last few years. You've gone to the championship game, divisional. It's time to get to the Super Bowl, and it's time to win a Super Bowl. You have not done that in franchise history. Now's the time to do it. Josh Allen, one of the top quarterbacks. Stephon Diggs, one of the top wide receivers. You have a defense that is ready. The only question is going to be the running game, and hopefully you can figure that out. Now it's time. It's Super Bowl or bust. If you can just keep Tua healthy, you're going to have a great season. Look what he was doing when he was on the field for you. You were winning games. You had one of the best offenses in the league. You still have Tyreek Hill. You still have Jalen Waddle. Your running game might be better this year. Your defense, you have a breakout candidate in Jalen Phillips. Yes, Jalen Ramsey's going to be out for a while, but when he comes back, hopefully he'll be a big-time help for a defense that is looking to make a playoff run. Keep Tua healthy, and good things will come. I just have one thing to say to the Patriots. Just play your brand of football. Just go out there and do what you guys do best. You have a good defense. Hopefully Mac Jones shows that he can be a franchise quarterback for you. Just play your brand of football and see what happens. You could shock everybody this year. Jets, just do me one favor. Just don't be you. Just don't screw this up. You got Aaron Rodgers. You have Garrett Wilson. You have a really good defense. Do not screw this up. You have a great opportunity to do something. You don't have to go to the Super Bowl. Just do something this year. Go to the playoffs. Win a few playoff games. Heck, knock out a contender. I don't care. Just do something this year that's not a disappointment. Just let the offense run loose, Baltimore. That's all I'm going to say. Lamar Jackson now has a new contract. You have a receiving core that is the best since Lamar's been here. You have a wonderful opportunity to have a very good passing game. And that's really all you're going to need. You still have your top 2 running backs, and you still have Justice Hill, who might have a really good season for you. Your defense, even without Marlon Humphrey, should still be very good. Just let loose in the passing game and see what happens. Heck, you could win the division again. You could make a run. You have an opportunity. Just see what happens. When you go to the Super Bowl and then the following year lose in the AFC Championship game, you know your expectations are going to be through the roof. Cincinnati, you may have lost Jesse Bates and Von Bell, but you've done a good job keeping this team together and hopefully building the future as well. Joe Burrow has stated that the window is going to be open as long as he's there. Prove him right. It is time. You have not won a Super Bowl yet. This looks like another Super Bowl or bust for you. Same thing as the Jets, Cleveland. Just don't be yourselves. Don't be the Browns. Deshaun Watson looks like he's shaking off the rust and is ready to go. You still have Nick Chubb. You have a very solid receiving core. You have a defense that still has Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. You have a team that on paper looks to be a playoff team. But again, that's on paper. Prove it on the field. Don't be yourselves. Do something this year. Do not screw this up like you have done forever. Steelers, I'm just going to say this. I think you've been underrated this offseason. Your team is very talented and it's very young. Kenny Pickett and George Pickens look like breakout candidates. I really like Broderick Jones as a breakout rookie at left tackle, and I really like Joey Porter Jr. And don't forget, you still have TJ Watt. And you just signed Patrick Peterson. Go shock the world and show them the Steelers are nobody to be messed with at all. Yes, you've had some mediocre seasons, but you have talent. Go out there and show that this talent can go far. Houston, I'm just going to say this. You drafted CJ Stroud, you drafted Will Anderson, you have Derek Stingley. Just go win some games. Don't be the worst team in the NFL, and your fans are going to be happy, and the NFL's going to be happy. Just take positive steps. That's all you need to do. Same thing with you, Indianapolis. Just show positive steps. You have some talent on this team. Show that Anthony Richardson can be a franchise quarterback. He doesn't have to have an amazing rookie season. Just a solid rookie season that shows that he can continue to improve. And see what your young players can do. See who can be a building block for this franchise. You and the Texans don't have a lot of expectations. So go out there, play hard, maybe surprise some people, maybe shock some teams, and who knows what happens. Jacksonville, this may be the easiest path to the playoffs for any team. You have 3 teams in your division that have low expectations or we have no idea what's going to happen. And you have a quarterback that looks to be a franchise quarterback. You have a very good running back. You have a very good receiving core. And your defense looks to just keep getting better and better. Just go win your division. I don't care what happens in the playoffs. Just go win the division. And then let everything else happen. Don't screw this up. Tennessee, you need to figure out what's going on with your future. Ryan Tannehill is going to be done as your quarterback soon. Figure out if Willis or Levis can be your franchise. Figure out who's going to be on this team in the future. I don't know. Tennessee, you are the most questionable team in the NFL this year because we just have no idea what's going to happen with you. We really do not. Denver, you had a lot of expectations last year and you let everybody down right away. That first game set the tone for your season and it wasn't a good tone. Now you have Sean Payton as your head coach. Hopefully Russell Wilson can turn back into not necessarily all of where Russell Wilson was in the past, but a fraction of it could be just enough to get this team a wild card spot. And when you give the Chiefs a good run for their money in a game, Kansas City, everybody is targeting you again. You have lost some pieces, and you might not have Chris Jones, but show that you can overcome that again and make a run. We know how good Patrick Mahomes is. We know how good of a head coach Andy Reid is. But show that you can come together as a team again and make a run. Las Vegas, I'm just going to make this very, very simple. Either you improve from last year, or it's time to let go of Josh McDaniels. Last year was not good for you. And if you play the same way or even worse, then Josh McDaniels has to go and you need to start all over. Chargers, do not let that playoff performance linger into this year. You had a 27-0 lead and you blew it. Put it to the side and remember that you have talented players on your team. You have a very good quarterback, you have a very good receiving core, and you have some really good pieces on defense. Remember that and play to your ability. And please keep Bosa on the field. Just please keep Bosa and Derwin James healthy. If you can do all that, you're going to be fine. Dallas, can you just get to the NFC Championship game? That's all your fans want you to do. You have not been to the championship game in the longest time. And you've had some talented teams. And you still have a very talented team. You could do something in this weak NFC. When are you going to get over the hump and get to the championship? I'm not asking you to get to the Super Bowl. I'm just asking you to get to the NFC Championship. I think that'll be a successful season for you. Can you get it done? Giants, it seems like people are ready to write off last season as a fluke. Don't let them. You have a talented team. Just keep Saquon Barkley healthy and make sure Daniel Jones manages the game well, and your offense is going to be just fine. On defense, you have talented young players that look ready to break out. If things go well for you, for the most part this year, you could have a very good team and shock everyone again. Philadelphia, you have the target on your back now. Philadelphia, you have a target on your back now after last year. Embrace it. Don't let anyone push you around. You push them around. Go out there and dominate the NFC again and get back to the Super Bowl. It's not that strong as the AFC. You have a shot. Just play your brand of football like you did last year. Washington, Daniel Snyder is out. You have a new era, and hopefully that means new results. Get this new era of Washington football off to the best start that you can. You don't have to make the playoffs. Just have a decently good season. Maybe that comes with a playoff too, I don't know. But you really have a great opportunity to set the standard for what this new era of Washington football is going to be all about. Go do it. Chicago, you took advantage of having the #1 overall pick. You made a trade, and hopefully it'll pay off for you in the future. Your expectations are very, very low. Just show improvement on the field, and make sure Justin Fields and DJ Moore have very good seasons. And who knows? You had a great run in the second half last year. Almost got to the playoffs. Now you're the favorites in the NFC North. Play like it. Jared Goff, continue that great play that you had last year. Hutchinson, be one of the best edge rushers in the NFL this year. Just go out there and show that you are there with TJ Watt, with the Bosa brothers, with every other great edge rusher in this league right now. Green Bay, you have one thing to do, and your fans are going to be happy. Make sure Jordan Love has a breakout season. Make sure Jordan Love can prove that he's going to be your quarterback for the next decade. If you do all that, your fans are going to be happy, and the future is going to be bright for the Packers. That's really all there is. It's all about Jordan Love. Make sure he can succeed this year. Minnesota, you may have won the division last year, but people will say you got lucky. I mean, you went undefeated in one-score games in the regular season. You can't bank on that twice. You need to make sure that you can take that uncertainty away from people and show you are still the kings of this division. Atlanta, why does it feel like you're a dark horse to win your division? I mean, I know the NFC South isn't the strongest division this year, but it seems like you could do it. Bijan Robinson is an early favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Desmond Ridder might actually be your future quarterback. And defense, you have some very good pieces to build off of. See if you can do it. You never know. Carolina, just go out there and take the steps forward that you need to take. Again, it's not the strongest division there, so you could make some noise there. Just make sure you can have Bryce Young have a successful rookie season. That's all. Just take steps forward and make sure Bryce Young has a good rookie season. New Orleans, you know how talented your guys are. Go out there and just show your talent to everybody. Again, it's not the strongest division, so right now you're the favorites. Just play like it. Just go win your division, and who knows what can happen. Zebe, I really don't know what to say about you. Tom Brady's now gone. Baker Mayfield's now your quarterback. And it seems like there's going to be a lot of veterans on the trading block if things don't go well for you. You know what? Just go out there and play loose. Who knows? You might shock some people. That's really all I have to say. I don't know what to expect from you this year. I don't think anybody does. Arizona, you are the early favorites to have the worst record in the NFL. 1, don't let that happen. And 2, figure out your future. Are you going to keep Kyler Murray or not? Who's staying on this team? Are you going to trade some of your veterans? Just figure it out. And hopefully you don't have the worst record in the NFL. And hope that the Texans do have the worst record in the NFL. You had their first round pick. Rams, I'm going to say the same thing to you. I don't really know what your plans are for this year and for the future. I really don't know. So, I guess that's it. Thought I would have more to say. 49ers, it's Super Bowl or bust. You went with Brock Purdy over Trey Lance because of this. Purdy had an amazing season when he was on that field. And if it wasn't for an injury in the NFC Championship game, who knows what happens? Now, keep him on the field and make sure you set him up for success. This team is about as talented as they come. The only thing that's going to stand in your way of a Super Bowl is going to be yourselves. Get it done. Seattle, I don't know how you did it, but you managed to shock the NFL again. Geno Smith played out of his mind, and you had one of the best rookie classes of all time last year. Go do it again. Go play like you did last year. Remember, the NFC is really up in the air this year. Take advantage of that. Alright guys, those were just a few thoughts for each NFL team going into this season. And like I said, my Week 1 picks are coming up soon. And as always, I will see you guys next time.